Hey cherries, it's Jessica here and I'm back with another Technique Tuesday video, and this month we are focusing on mixing and matching with different collections and manufacturers. This is something I do pretty regularly, so I want to take it another step further and really get into stash busting and mixing and matching mixed media and embellishments. So I didn't have an exact plan on where I wanted to go with this layout, but I knew the feel that I wanted, so I just got going with it. The base page that I'm working on is from 49 & Market's Plum Grove collection. It's more of a neutral with a little bit of oranges in there, and I really like using 49 & Market pages as my base layer just because they already have some of that mixed media look to them. And then I started adding on some texture paste, and to make the color texture paste that I wanted, I actually mixed together two different types of texture paste from two different brands. And this works with paints and so many other mixed media products. You just mix the two colors together, even if they're different brands, and it'll work out totally fine. And so I went over my stencil with it, and while it was still dry, I decided to add some embossing powders. I'm using both Wow embossing powder as well as some Sizzix embossing powder. And then once I hit it with the heat gun, it just had a little bit more of that shine and metallic look that I was going for. I wanted to distress this page a little bit more, so I'm using some distress sprays and spraying them on the page. I like to first mist my page, or I could even get it really wet if I wanted to really control the amount of ink that soaks into the page. But when I'm not working with mixed media or watercolor paper, I like to do that just because I can control it better when I mist it with water before adding my paints. Also added some splatters in the colors Rusty Hinge, as well as using some white acrylic paint for splatters. I got this big mixed media pad from Vicki Boutin, and I really love it because you can grab the mixed media backgrounds for so many different layouts and pages and mix and match them. You could even just start with the mixed media page as a whole, or you can add other pages to it or add it to other pages like what I'm doing here today. So I just ripped off the sections that I want, and then I decided I wanted them to have a little bit more of the grungy look that my background paper had, where this page was more of a stark white. So again, I'm using my sprays and just spraying it on lightly. It is still lighter than my page in the back, but it doesn't look stark white, which is what I wanted. Using this page makes it look like I did a ton more mixed media work than what I actually did, but I love the look of it. And now I'm sticking it on my page using some cherry tape. I use this 2-inch cherry tape for so many things, and it just makes it quick and no dry time and easy to stick large pieces on like this. I also like the color that this page added. I was starting to get a little too grungy and too dark, but adding this other ripped page on top really helped lighten up this layout. Now I'm using some Minte chippies. Prima also has some chipboard pieces that are gear shaped like this that would work perfectly well. So I misted them using some Distress stain spray so they would get to be a nice dark color. I dipped them in a little bit of that Rusty Hinge so these pieces would look a little rusty, and then I used some wax in a coppery color to give them a little bit of shine. So I stuck on my photos, and I backed these photos using some chipboard to make sure that they would not curve well in the page protectors or anything like that. They're just going to stay nice and flat. From there, I just added some alphas and a few hearts to embellish, and I did a little bit of journaling, and that was it for this page. I had a lot of fun making it, and see you next time.